Hello YouTube, I'm back again with another rant video, and we got some devastating news that took place at a New York subway, and good thing this man has been detained by the FBI, as you see here. So this man, he's a 63-year-old named Frank Robert James. Apparently, before he even committed the crime, there he has been venting about being how angry he was, wanting to threaten to kill random people, all because of his, whether he has to do some mental illness, his depression. If you look at him carefully, does he not look like EDP? He gives me that EDP vibe because like he feels like he has nothing to live for, and he wants to take his anger out and lash out on innocent people. From what I understand, he was suspected of shooting 10 people but injuring 13 others. And I will show you the picture where the people are leaving because there is some tear gas that you will see once I show you the next clip. But yo, this man deserves everything that's coming to him. And what's apparently he was very easy to catch because there were even those like 3 or 4 people that noticed him. But like, you can't be walking around Manhattan. He was literally walking around Manhattan like as if it was a normal day for him. And then when they caught him, he was actually caught trying to. He was actually caught, but like he was like in the middle of charging his cell phone. So this dude really has no shame. That means like he probably thinks what he did wasn't wrong either. But considering his aiming, people, that's funny because like he's definitely 100% a stormtrooper because he didn't manage to kill anybody and he failed. So on top of that, he's going to jail. So. But besides his jokes, let me show you the clip which is very important. So yeah, this is the subway that he attacked. People were saying that he was mumbling to himself, that he seemed very angry before he even decided to shoot anybody, that they noticed that he was simply talking to himself, that he just seemed like some crackhead who like normally, like when I mean like crackhead, obviously you guys know what a crackhead is, but usually in people in your daily life when you go to a subway you'll normally see people like that. It's not a surprise because the subway is literally for anybody that wants to that wants to reach the downtown area, or they have lives to live. So especially if you're coming across downtown, you're gonna see people like this. And there are people like that I talk about who seem like crackheads or just seem abnormal, who are just very cringe and creepy, on top of being weird. You'll have these people on the subway, and there are times they don't want to leave. They treat it because they feel like I said, they have nothing to live for. Either they're homeless, they're out of touch with reality, and normally they treat the up subway like it's their shelter. And then they feel that when somebody approaches them, or so they usually don't want people sitting near them because they treat it like they think they have every right to tell people to move a certain spot or not get anywhere near them, as if they own the subway. So that's why the conductor, you'll have security guards outside. You'll have a lot of security guards outside the subway. They want to make sure to handle it peacefully. They try to remove these people, and what's unfortunate is that people like that get judged. Although whether he's homeless or not, 100% he clearly isn't. But when you see a mentally unstable person, if you feel that person isn't in the right thought, man, the thing is how security looks at it is that we don't need people like this in the subway, and that we're gonna judge from now on just by the way you dress. Sometimes I do with the way you dress too, which is unfortunate. Even if you might not have that mentality, but it's like no, it's like people have to look at you a certain way so they can feel safe, and they will stereotype you being that crazy person because it's not always, but it's usually people who are homeless, like I said, who tend to feel that they can mistreat others because their life sucks, and then they feel that that the subway somehow is their only home, and they have nowhere, they have no place to go. But trust me, the reason why they have there, even though there's free shelter, there are places that do provide a shelter home for homeless. Is just the reason that had that why they even can't they don't even go there is because I guarantee you it's probably because they've been kicked out, they've been banned simply because they haven't been they break because they break the rules, simply because they happen to be drug addicts. They're very hostile towards the people around them, and plus because the shelter isn't just for adults, it's for kids too. Like there are family members that are with their kids who go there, but it's like they want to make sure if when there is a shelter home, if they are willing to let people in, they have to make sure that they are willing to follow the rules and willing to be able to have a heart and share and be able to respect the people around them so they can get the same treatment. But besides that, I'm talking way too much. And let me show you one of the survivors. Like, he did get interviewed. Apparently this man's very lucky. He got shot like literally 4 times. But when I show you the picture, like you're gonna you'll I won't say it's amazing. You're curious. You're curious about how this man aims. Like because he brought a 9mm handgun, and you're telling me you have trouble. Like yeah, you managed to shoot this guy, but you didn't manage to injure him. Look at this. He got 4 bullet holes on his pants, but no scratch, no blood, no red stains. Like, this is something. Wow. Yo, he's gonna have this man. I can guarantee you, this victim here. I don't know whether to say he's the victim. Considering he managed to survive, it'd be cool now that even considering it's on the news, he will tell his story maybe to his family. But this goes to show how much of a loser the Frank Robert James is. Seriously, again, because there has been hints. Like let me go back to the man. Let me go back. Because considering this man has his own social media, I'm pretty sure it's been deleted like by YouTube. Considering his hit like after especially what happened right now, but apparently I looked into his YouTube before. I wish I screenshot, but like damn it, I was like God, it would have been easier for me to give more details about it if I was able to show you his channel. But I think it's called Prophet of Truth 88. But it's weird. I feel like this is a guy who stands up for he stands up for the wrong ideals. Because I noticed he had like he made like videos of I don't know whether he was defending criminals like past criminals who've been to court. So maybe I don't know if he has some history with these guys, but like I've noticed like a few videos. I'll be real. He had videos that had to do with whether they were black or white. Because I don't know this guy. Because it's the first time I just heard about this man. But again, what's really weird is that like very suspicious. He had videos before he even shot anybody. Before he even decided to do this, like he literally had videos of other criminals. Whether he was doing a rant video or maybe he was willing to like start a rebellion. Like I feel like that has to be the case. I feel that he was planning to start a rebellion. He was planning to, whether like he's gonna take it out on innocent people. I think to contribute to those other criminals. That's my opinion. But again, if you guys have any screenshots, be sure to let me know in the comments, or if you'd be able to explain to me, it'd be really nice, and I appreciate it. And I would be willing to share my thoughts in the comment section down below. But again, this man needs to suffer, honestly. Whether he doesn't get the death penalty, even though he didn't really kill anybody, but I surely don't think he's gonna get the death penalty, because since, yeah, he's injured several people, but he didn't kill anybody. But he if it were to be the case, he's gonna be in jail for life. Because imagine you let this guy go. Because now now we have to be cautious. Like it makes you think, if you let this guy out, you could predict there's gonna be another shooting involved. I don't know, maybe take his money, but you can't simply take his money. But maybe the best way is to keep him in jail for life. But I don't care whether he's old. His life is pretty much short now. He's 63. Like, what is he gonna do after? Like, is he gonna plan to get a job? Is he planning to improve himself? But again, it's for the police to decide. Even though cops aren't always in the right, but there are times that they were right to arrest this man again, so that he doesn't go out and attack random people. Those are the people I despise the most. People who lash out at random people who have nothing to do with life just because they feel that their life is going down spiral, that they're miserable, so they feel that it's justified to take your anger out on other people so you can feel some sort of way in order to gain that gratification. But again, but jokes aside, even though in prison, like, he's most likely gonna lose that weight now. He's gonna look like a completely different person, but does not mean it's gonna change his personality. But hopefully he suffers for it. Like, and I personally don't believe he needs to leave behind marks. He needs to stay there permanently. He realizes life is short. That's probably why he did it. So, but again, because imagine, even though he may not kill him, he definitely caused a lot of trauma in New York, and then people probably are trying to find ways to get that nightmare out of their head. But it's like now they're gonna think of this guy. Like, even though in the process he failed, he's going to jail. But again, this is something that New York is gonna have to remember. And then it feels like now how are they gonna handle crimes later in the future? Because maybe even though New York may not be the best city, it's not supposed to be there's always going to be mishap. There's going to be issues, but a lot of it underlies with the downtown area. People going through struggles, whether it's there to get help. The only way I could even consider helping somebody if they're able to redeem themselves. And it looks like to me that I feel like law is going to be more stricter because because look at the amount of officers that were after him. This is definitely they took this manhunt very seriously. Whether he was black or not, he deserved it. And then hopefully when he stays in prison, makes his life I hope his life becomes a living hell. And he's gonna have to think about this, whether it was a good idea, whether he's gonna apologize, if he feels any remorse. Again, doubt it. I don't think he has any, because just like he said in that video, and the diary that the cops have found shows that he intended this from the beginning. Even if whether he wasn't a kid, but like from the beginning, because this definitely took months of planning. It may have not been when he was 30, 40. It could have just been like after 6, 7, 8 months, a year or two. But when interrogating him, maybe is the best way. I don't know. If he refuses to talk, just that's reason enough for him to just, you can't trust him, and he just made his life worse. So probably, like I said, probably because he realizes his life is short, so he's nothing to live for. But I don't think he can be redeemed. But the only thing he can redeem himself is his shape. Try to work out, man, seriously. But I'm glad the police were able to find him again, like, and hopefully they keep the bars closed permanently, and they take away the key. And again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to check for more upcoming content in the future. Be sure to check your notifications, comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you.